Hi guys, welcome back to another video of mine. Welcome back to my July's news session. Sorry for that mess about on the guitar. I'll put it away, and now it's time for the little talk through of what I saw potentially happening in July. I just want to add, these are my own personal perceptions of potential future events, and they may not happen. Right, prediction 1 for July is this idea of this big door, ship storage door I wrote down, gets damaged. AOL, a hull breach. AOL, cargo door. This idea of this curved door was clear in my perceptions. And then what did I write down? AOL, something else. AOL ship, AOL door or vessel door, AOL cargo door. So see if a ship door gets damaged and makes the news in July. Story 2 was of a event regarding a meteorite. This idea of the story of this event where a meteorite hits the ground is captured on video and makes the news. AOL, the meteorite strike, AOL, hell from above, AOL, hanging rock. And I had this idea of like Connecticut, a US-based field, like I had AOL of Connecticut. So we'll see if something similar happens. Prediction 3 was this mining facility. AOL did it like a sluice bucket, like a vibrating bucket where it's sifted stones mixed with water to get certain stones out of it, or minerals. I had this Africa feel, a huge setup. What did I write? AOL Sierra Leone, AOL Ruby, AOL Lithium. I had this idea of this stone sifting production facility, rare find, rare element, like possible new lithium included in this story. So keep an eye out for that. Lithium discovery, possibly. Right, prediction 4 was of a assassination attempt of a head of state or an important person. I had an AOL head of state person shot. Bit greasy, like the hair is a bit greasy, or down the greasy person. AOL Israeli PM. I'm not saying it's going to be the Israeli PM, but it seemed like a person of equal stature. What did I write down? Kicks it all off again. So some event happens where someone's shot, possibly, it may not happen. And I wrote down the never-ending war, mortally wounded. Like retaliation, this is. Assassination attempt kills where? It just sketched a little bit of a area. Didn't really quite make out what it was. Sets it all off again. I drew the bullet. I wrote on a unique bullet. There was like a dull end to it and a zigzag pattern. It's like a funny, like weird end to it. Unique bullet. Bolt action lever. And a sketch of a person. Not saying it's going to happen, but I want it on record in case. Prediction 5 is of I was just getting like these like hat or like artwork, but like, you know, like made of wood where like it's all like a thorn crown. That like idea came to me. AOL rose, AOL crown, AOL Jesus crown thorns, AOL crown of a volcano. So like a feel of art was involved here. A take on old art, political art. Like this idea of like something being linked to the current events, like an artist's rebellion or opinion involved with politics, like a double meaning to this. Maybe unique volcano crown activity. I don't know. Feels like, what is it? Feels like a wooden crown. It's just weird. I just didn't really get this. You'll just see if something weird like this happens. Prediction 6 was of this like screen, this big, almost like not television screen, but big like visual screen. A famous area where a screen blows, I wrote down. Like terrorists in bracket. I don't know if it's going to be. Part blows up on this. I said, a big screen, busy area. people panic, please shut the area down type of event. Overheats cause a fire, explosive electrical arcing. AOL Piccadilly Circus. You may not be there, it's just what AOL. Arc electricity shoots out. It's the idea of like arcing electric and an AOL of Times Square. And that's all I had on this. Right, next story 7 I think. This was a perception of a Hollywood martial artist. I had AOL of Mr. Miyagi. This guy with his swept hair a bit. AOL of a martial artist. AOL kickboxer. I would have remembered. Not just an actor, can actually fight and was quite good, I wrote down. Story of a good Hollywood martial artist. Honoured. Possibly passes and in the news. I wrote down AOL kickboxer, Van Damme-esque, more like Chuck Norris possibly. So see if a martial artist is in a news story in July. My last news prediction for July, this was of a statue associated with a ghost. This like apparition sighting and capture on film. AOL Ghost of Berlin, I wrote down. Scene, exclamation mark. AOL Europe Monument. I wrote down a ghost event footage in the news. A famous landmark gets attention for a spooky event. An apparition appears. And that was it for this prediction. Right, that concludes my predictions for July. Like I said, for the most probably won't happen. But keep an eye on the news, and if you see anything, keep me posted. Peace.